What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and this particular video is all about crypto. Okay, you're like, what's the big deal? It's crypto. But I want to actually go through some news, really quick shots of news that a lot of platforms never ever release or broadcast or highlight ever. And we know what the markets are doing. Things are pretty ugly across the board, and we're going to get into that too. But I wanted to highlight how crypto, Bitcoin specifically, but crypto as a whole, is very, very undervalued right now. So I want to get right into that. So just starting off with the Bitcoin price here, we're hovering in 19,000, just over 19,000. Things are going anywhere from mid 18,000 to about mid 19,000, kind of hovering in there. No big deal, okay? But this is also what points to it being very undervalued. And I want to get into something here that was actually posted here by someone named Flo. And he's a fellow Canadian and the founder of a platform called CryptoNews Canada. So check him out on Twitter. I'll put a link to his profile there to follow, and even on LinkedIn here. But he put up something very interesting that I wanted to share with all of you. And this was actually posted 11 hours ago. So and what he's saying is that all of this news, all these little captions here, headlines, all happened within the same day. Okay, so it's very important that we kind of clue that in. And before we even get into this, Twitter is such a great place. I know many of you may not like Twitter or think it's full of garbage, and there's a lot of spam, there's a lot of bots that happen in there, but there's also some great news and some breaking news that happens. So you're one of the first to ever get a hold of it. But it's also great to hear news that you'll never see on major media platforms. And these are actually some of them here. So just within one day here, if we look at this, Bitcoin Magazine reported just in, Israel issues first Bitcoin and crypto trading license to a local exchange. Pretty big news. Watcher Guru says just in, the royal family of Dubai partners with Coin Corner to enable Bitcoin transaction in the country. So we've got Israel, we've got Dubai right now. Both are enabling Bitcoin, and Israel about crypto trading licenses. Okay, pretty interesting. This is not small things here. Again, another one is Estonia grants its first Bitcoin and crypto license to a particular bank in Estonia. Now I know you're probably saying Estonia is not a very big place. What's the big deal? This is just a ripple effect. It's gonna start. The wave has already started with El Salvador and everything else around them. And it's going to build slowly and slowly and slowly. And there's always that thing where we say, well, it's this country. It's only El Salvador. It doesn't affect the entire world. It's only Estonia. It doesn't affect the world. What about Israel? Okay. What about Dubai? Let's continue forward here, right? Just in, Binance partners with Bahrain's EasyPay to offer crypto payments to over 5,000 merchant stores. Pretty interesting, right? It's obviously something that's relevant in order for that to take place in Bahrain, where you have merchants who want to accept crypto. All right, let's move on to Russia here. Officials in the Russian government have approved the use of cryptocurrency for cross-border payments, following in the footsteps of Iran. Okay, so, and that's one of the things, and we're not going to get into the politics of it all, but when you have countries such as Russia and Iran and Bahrain and Dubai, those are not typically places that get a lot of attention here, positive attention here in North America. So that's what I'm saying. Definitely don't highlight certain areas, especially when those areas are actually doing something positive for a certain industry like crypto. So keep that in mind. Okay, so Russia's doing that. So now what? Okay, but that's Russia, that's Iran, that's Bahrain. What's the big deal? Okay, well, here we go. Just in, France. France's third largest bank, Societe Generale, launches crypto fund services for asset managers. Okay. Interesting. Why would the third largest bank in France want to do this for their asset managers? Maybe their clients want it. Maybe, right? It's gotta be on their radar for them to do it. None of these banks, none of these platforms, none of these governments ever want to do anything unless it's beneficial to them. Obviously there's demands, so they're going to start doing this, right? Here's another one. Binance creates a global advisory board to advance crypto regulation worldwide. And I think something that needs to be dispelled here is that many people who are not involved in the crypto space believe that those in the crypto space shy away from regulation. We want it to be the wild, wild west forever, endlessly, because it's beneficial. And it's it's like a crab in a bucket mentality where we all favor just pushing on the heads of other crabs to get out of the bucket or to make a profit. That couldn't be further from the truth. Those of us who are actually in this space for the long haul, we see the benefits, we see what is possible and what is already there. We want that regulation. There needs to be clarity. There has to be clarity for merchants, for retailers, from a tax perspective. I mean, we need certain regulation. This is not something that we just sit and say, no, there shouldn't be any. But it needs to be clearly defined, and then we need to work within it, as opposed to saying, no, don't use cryptocurrencies at all, and then if you do, you're going to get heavily penalized. And then it's a very gray area. So that's not what we need. We need clear, concise regulation around its use, and we're okay with that. And we actually favor that, and that will allow bigger institutions to come in and really prop up the entire industry. So no, it's actually a very big misunderstanding or miscommunication that those not in crypto think those of us in crypto don't want regulation. So let's dispel that right here and right now. So I mean, that's pretty big. Binance is creating a global advisory board. So it wants to act. So here's what's beautiful about crypto and the projects within crypto, especially large entities like Binance. When they tackle problems, they don't try and tackle it from a local perspective, whether that means its own company or its local area. I mean, they go after big problems that affect the entire world. Now, I know that it's not specific to only Binance, but that's something I notice quite a bit with crypto projects. The legit here for the long-term projects is they're actually trying to help worldwide. So it's not just for them. It's not just for a small inner circle. It's actually on a much bigger scale. So I applaud them for doing that. And then we've got Cointelegraph at the end here saying, welcome to Holland, Coinbase. The crypto exchange has been approved to enter the Netherlands by the central bank. Now that's crazy that it's taken so long for the Netherlands central bank to approve, right? There's another things that you actually need approval to give everyday people a chance at financial freedom or wealth. That's ridiculous. You need approval for that. Meanwhile, these central banks, the Fed, all of them, every financial institution across the globe literally looks at what's in it for them and tries to suppress the average person. But here they are trying to prove something where the average guy the average person, man, woman, could actually benefit. It's unheard of for me. So look, I wanted to highlight this again. Shout out here, if I can get off this, to Flo from CryptoNews Canada. And I think it's so important to really look at this. I mean, today the markets got smashed again, right? Stock markets are smashed. They were down. Bitcoin's held pretty firm in the level that it has, in the mid 18s to mid 19,000s. But it's still so undervalued. And I wanted to highlight just one post that shared maybe 8 different headlines. There are so many things that are happening under the hood, right? Or behind the curtain that involves positive crypto related news that you never see them. And so I want to share those with you guys. Everyone on YouTube can talk about the big things, the negativity out there, what is causing the market to crash. That's fine. And even I will touch on that sometimes. But what I'm here to do is to actually show you the potential, the value that's already there, and the value that could be there for you in the future. And I need you guys to understand, I need you guys to see this is not a me thing. This is not another YouTuber thing. This is not an individual movement. This is a collective. This is a collection of people, of entities, very intellectual people, very high net worth people as well, coming together to create a much better system of value for those of us, all of us, every single one of us. And I want to highlight the positives in that as opposed to always looking at the negatives. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like this video, share it with someone who may be needing it right now because the markets are pretty down. And obviously subscribe if the channel brings value to you and your understanding of the crypto space. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.